Yes, boys, welcome back to another video. Today, I'm here to help you win. I know a lot of you guys are still playing Foot Champs. There's good rewards out. It's the Euros. It's that football fever. You guys know how it is. So, I'm going to take you through my thought process as an ex-pro, current top, whatever, naught something percent player. I don't know. I'm hitting 20 and O's and stuff. So, hopefully, I can help you guys. Do me a favour, leave a like. Any questions you have down below, feel free to ask. I want to help as many of you as possible before I go away on holiday on Thursday. So, questions down below. Subscribe if you're new for more like this, and let's get into it. If you want the cheapest FC24 coins to get ahead of the competition, check out MMOEXP by clicking the link down below and use code JambooUK for 5% off. Okay, so you guys know the drill by now. Win, lose or draw, this video will be going up. I'm going to do my best to share with you the thought process as things are going on. I have had a few of you, which is a fair point, say about these videos can be a bit repetitive. That's why I'm uploading them less. But if you want to see more, you know, let me know. I'm here to do what the people want to see. So it's one of those, you know, there's only so much in FC you can say. You are going to see a lot of similar patterns and things like that. And it's just not always easy on this style of video. To actually keep it fresh. But offside traps, you know, from the very start of the game, get that line nice and high, we'll step in and make a tackle. And then as always, when we win the ball back, what's important is to make sure you don't lose it. You know, I see way too many people turning the game into a bit of a ping pong match, and you don't want to do that. We'll use a player lock here. Really nice. We find the inside pass, another player lock, and that is a weird but good save from Czech. But you can see there, we're just getting the ball down the line, making use of the mechanics available to us. The player lock is a very, very important one to get used to, as we defend pretty poorly there, but do end up recovering. But again here, so you win the ball back, and the first thought is not how to go forward, it's how to make sure you don't keep it. And then by keeping possession, you see here, we switch it over, and then we're able to switch it over again to our left back. Driven pass into the striker here, L1 sprint boost, doesn't quite come off this time. But we've got to mark down the line here. We've got to be careful. The forward run is always the danger. The player on the ball is not always the one that you need to necessarily worry about. Maybe it was here, because we've just absolutely been cooked. Fair enough. But it's one of those. You always have to mark that run in behind. I did a bad job there, and what went wrong is we stood off well, and we did what we were meant to, but then I gave a bit too much time. And I didn't know if this opponent actually had that in the locker. You know, that was some good left stick dribbling. And he managed to, you know, take advantage of it. But we're not going to change anything up. You know, we've had a couple of chances already. And we're just going to play the exact same there. I rushed the pass a little bit. We do get it back. R1 dribbling. We'll find the pass. Finesse shot. And just like that, it is 1-1. Offside traps again. I don't know what the opponent is doing there. It's just giving us the ball. Never, ever do that. And just give it to your opponent, you know, for free. That is something that you cannot afford to do. But what you'll see a lot is I'm using L1 to trigger runs. In a 4-3-2-1 especially, you're always going to have these switches on, as you see here, and they are very useful. Not the most entertaining to watch, I understand, but in FC24, you know, you have to do what it takes to win. Here, we're going to fake a player lock, use a bit of R1 dribbling, see if we can work the ball to the edge. We're looking for the driven passes now. Good at defending from the opponent. They stepped in well. I'm going to press high here. We don't win it, but we just got to prioritise the player in the middle of the pitch here. You see our second man press whilst marking the runner, and that is going to allow us to win the ball back. And once again, we do recycle it. I'll quite often, as I'm switching the ball over, I'll be using R1 to call somebody else short. So you see here, we do it again, and then we mix it up and actually send them on an L1 run. Then from here, we're going to play the ball into the danger zone, look for a cutback, and we do get unfortunate there. But this same sort of rinse and repeat system is going to work very well. You know, this game, people overcomplicate it. If you do the right thing over and over, which is not too hard to do, you're going to be able to get to a pretty decent level, to be honest. So, again here, you know, L1 sprint boost. We don't really get the acceleration there. You've got to bear in mind as well that the team I'm using for this stage of the game is very poor. Step overs there. Went for the step over cut across, which can work quite well. But we're winning the ball back high. And the priority is to just try and work a clear-cut chance. So we'll take our time, driven pass into the middle, get the ball out wide again. We will fake another player lock, just allow us to run down the line uncontested. Play the ball into the middle, more R1 dribbling, recycle the ball to the edge, and that's where we find our driven pass into the finesse. And just like that, we do find ourselves 2-1 up, nice and easy. But you can see, and I've seen people say it a lot about my gameplay in particular, you know, we're not really abusing any crazy skill moves or anything. You know, it's very basic play, and that can get you a long way. I do find that if you keep it simple and have a style of play that is more based around sort of muscle memory and patterns of play, it's a lot easier to replicate that time and time again than if you're somebody who's, you know, doing the crazy skill moves and more technical stuff. Just simple football, you know, you can get a lot of success in this game. What I try and do is when we get towards the edge of the box attacking, you can try and speed up the passes. So you see here, you know, we're triggering runs, we're trying to move the ball a little bit quicker, and then it's more in the build-up where you want to slow down until you get to those dangerous positions. I remember Tex once saying that he doesn't mind losing the ball as long as it's lost when he's actually trying to do something important. You know, you can lose the ball with your striker trying to beat a player, that's absolutely fine. But if you lose it in the build-up or uncontested, like, that's when it's unforgivable. But here again, looking for the cutback, great keeper movement from our opponent. And he may well have had enough here, I think he has. But we'll jump into another game, and hopefully you've learned something so far. Okay, so we're going into our second and final game of the video, I would think. And it's going to be more of the same. Like I said earlier, if you guys have any questions or things that you want to improve on, I'm always here to help. That is what the channel is dedicated for. I help people get better at this game and help get them the best rewards possible. But again here, you see, always have this fullback switch on. Quite often off the first touch, I will try and do an L1 sprint boost just to get players moving a little bit. Again here, you know, pressing L1 to get the fullback going. And then once you get into these wide areas, really it's just about looking at the potential options you have, waiting for the right moments. And you're playing constantly for that cutback. That is like the #1 thing when in a wide position on the game. But R1 speed boost there, the dribbling, we do get unfortunate. Offside traps again, that's going to suffocate the opponent and not allow them too much space to work with. We do track the run really well. I don't know whether it's because we've got a bad centre-back, but that all just went, you know, not the way we wanted it to go. We did the right thing by tracking the run early. Just didn't quite work out there. We're going to hold the ball up now and wait for the overlapping run. It's not really happened, so we will just take our time here. You can play the ball to a centre-back like that, and then you'll always have that switch across as well. That's another pattern you can make. So, again here, say you have the ball out wide, and you're under a bit of pressure, you pass back to the centre-back, and then you always, off the second touch, will have that wide ball. Unless they mark that early, that is always going to be there, and that's very useful to know. Not just for keeping the ball and wasting time, but actually progressing up the pitch as well. Very useful. We get unfortunate there, we step in well with the tackle. Offside trap again. That is great. That nearly went into his striker. That would have been insanely lucky. Taking our time here, R1 dribbling again, nothing really on this. Opponent's defending the gaps quite well, and it's making it very hard to actually break him down. So I'm having to use a lot of L1 and R1 to get my players moving. Hopefully soon we can get into an area where we're able to use a player lock for that cutback. That is the one way we're always looking to score. We press high there. I should have released the ball a little bit earlier, but again, offside trap, just get the line nice and high, and as you can see, it just makes your life a lot easier. It's a bit scary, I understand, you know, if you're spamming those offside traps, and it's, you know, leaving a lot of space in behind, it can be scary, but once you get used to it, it makes your defending as a whole just a lot more comfortable. But again, we're getting pressured here. The opponent's doing a really good job of not making it easy for us. And we are probably going to concede a corner, which, look, on this game, corners are absolutely broken. And every corner that you defend is a success. As you can see, you know, the weirdest things can happen. And we've got to be careful here because I've not been great at the start of this particular match. We're going to have to see what we can do. So more R1 dribble in there. This opponent, and it's one thing I'm going to have to pick up on, He is constantly running like full tilt. We use an L1 sprint boost there just to get away. We're looking for that cutback now. He defends it very, very well. Hopefully we can win the flick on here. We do. Bit of quick passing into the R1 dribbling. Didn't quite work out. And this is probably going to be a more challenging game than the first. So we'll see what we can do here. Sending our players on more forward runs. Calling Puskas back. First time passing to Ronaldo. Went for a Trivela finish. Unfortunately, didn't quite work out. But we step up with Saliba. Trying to find the perfect pass into a striker now. A little bit of magic there just to create a bit of space. Reverse Elastico just to shuffle to the side. And then we are able to find the back of the net. That was some really nice stuff. And then more of the same, really. You know, we've had to do the occasional bit of magic. You know, I said earlier about you're not having to, like, spam crazy skill moves and stuff. And that really wasn't. You know, that's keeping it basic. You want a couple of skill moves that are effective at the time of the game in your arsenal ready to use. And once you've got that, you can just, you know, release it at the right time. And, you do need skill moves. Like, the one thing that you can't be in this game is predictable. And having that one or two tricks up your sleeve is just going to make your opponent's life a lot more difficult. Again there, that particular move I just did with the step over, that is something you can do a lot. You can cut across a defender, and then it's going to give you the opportunity to shoot. And just like that, you know, we've completely turned the game around. Not much the opponent's done wrong. We've just stuck to the way we're playing, and that works very effectively. So, fake a player lock there. We'll take our time now. We've always got this wing free, as you can see. Again, fake a player lock, get round the defender. We'll use the player lock on the inside. R1 dribbling, looking for that cutback, and that easily could have gone anywhere. Czech could have put that into his own goal. I've seen that numerous times. Again there, he's read the step over that time. And that's one of them. You see, he didn't mark it the first time. He expects it the second time, and it just makes it a lot easier. So this game, it's a lot about sort of repetition, but at the same time, you need to throw in things that are just going to make it a little bit more difficult for your opponent to predict. Here, beautiful use of the L1 there to send my player on the run. We're looking for that cutback. We'll recycle all the way to the edge. Potential chance, and we do get a corner out of it. This opponent may well have had enough as well. I'm not really too sure, but we'll see. Okay, so it looks like we're getting back into the game. Do have an opportunity from a corner, which, you know, like I said earlier, on this game, they are absolutely broken. So this is the way I do mine. We cut back round to the outside, and a lot of the time, you just will win that header. We do get unfortunate there. The corners, it's really RNG. But the chance of scoring them if you do the right thing is very high. If you do win another corner, genuinely with how they are, I think at times it is worth taking a pop shot just to win a corner, you know, from the keeper parrying it. Here again, we'll do the exact same thing. Unlucky, CR7 doesn't quite get there. But genuinely, like, my success rate on these corners must be ridiculously high, like, compared to what it should be when you think about a corner in football. But again here, offside trap, there we go, half time. Been in control, really. We started off a little bit shaky, but we've gone, you know, eased really well into the game now. And if we score that next goal, that's when you can start thinking about actually slowing the game down and, you know, game management and all that stuff. So we may have the chance to talk about that. But again, looking for that fullback switch, you'll see all the top players just constantly doing it. And it's very boring, but it's very effective. Opponent makes a mistake there. I don't know what has just happened. Like, our player is not locked onto the pass, which is sad. We got to track the running behind, as we do. Little bit of a L1 sprint boost there, and that is going to win us the free kick. So we'll play on from this now and see if we can actually go and create a chance. So R1 dribbling, get the ball into this middle danger zone, step over out again. That's good defending, but the mistake he's making is he's panicking and he's just giving us the ball back time and time again. And against the top player, if you just keep giving them these chances in and around the edge of the box, this stuff is going to happen. As you can see, we do get the third goal, and this opponent's played well, but there's just been a few too many times where he'll panic press the pass button after winning the ball, which is a really common mistake. And like I say, against a good player, if you give them more chances than needed around the edge of your box, you know, you're going to get punished for it. almost, you know, all of the time. It's just going to happen. There's no way you can go through a whole game, like, needlessly giving the ball away and not have any backlash for it. A top player will always punish that. So again here, using L1 to send my players on a run. Not really much space to work with, so we do turn back. We'll look for that fullback switch once again. We're going to play a look just to throw him off a little bit. You see how he stands off there? It gives us that little bit of extra time. And then we'll go for our trusty old fullback switch. We do lose the header that time. I probably rushed it and forced it through when I shouldn't have. Again there, you know, I don't need to be turning this game into a ping pong match because we're pretty comfortable right now. One more goal and the guy most likely leaves. Nice play there. Nice quick passing. We'll send the ball all the way out wide. Split the ball up to Ronaldo. Really nice touch. Looking for that cut back. And that is going to be game over. The opponent will not come back now. And we'll wrap it up there because I don't want to bore you guys to death. I think the opponent's basically stopped playing anyway. Guys, if you have any questions, do let me know. I'm here to help you improve. I appreciate it. If you've enjoyed it and made it to this point, please do leave a like as we go for an ambitious Travella. But thank you for watching, guys. I appreciate the support as always. I'll catch you on the next one. And peace.